Class in session. I wanted to show this video here. This is Reddington, the lawyer. I think it's Kevin Reddington. He's a lawyer for Lindsay Clancy, and this is not about Lindsay Clancy, and it's not all the hubbub going on around that. This is that's surface level BS. What a good example of this is, because I want to do relationship stuff for guys, and a lot of guys don't know like how to emulate or what an attractive man looks like, and it's not about looks always, whatever. Women are drawn to men who are leaders, men who are assertive, men who have skills, men who are calmly but boldly, calm and bold in their actions. Men who make them feel safe, men who can protect them, both physically and mentally. And Kevin Reddington, I saw him in the Ingolf Turk case. So it's where I first saw him. He was good in that case. But he's got a very abrasive, assertive kind of demeanor. He goes after people, in court cases. And women have fallen in love with this guy. He's 75, and it does show that if you stay attractive, both physically and mentally, age is just a number. I mean, women are, and I know it's the Lindsay Clancy thing a little bit, but it's women are falling in love with this guy. But they're falling in love with the behavior of who he is. Women love the looks, but they also love your behavior. And he shows a calm, assertive, don't mess with me. They feel safe around a guy like that, and he's going after, and he's showing love. He's also showing love and care for Lindsay. For Lindsay Clancy. If you're surface level crap, you don't belong, listening to this. This is not surface level. This is not the morality of what she did. This is about, paradigms. This is about models that we should. He has care for Lindsay Clancy, and it's the vulnerable side of him. He can go after you, but he can also be soft and say, hey, look, this lady was going through a lot. Whatever. I don't care what your opinion is on that. It is an example, an exaggerated example of a paradigm that we can use to help men and women with relationships. But this guy is extremely attractive at 75 years old to women right now. And so let's watch this short video, and we'll go over lessons we can learn.
All right, Kevin, how you doing?
Mr. Reddington, is the misdemeanor...
But real quick, look at him walk out with the sunglasses, dressed nice, style. We just saw a video with AJ or whatever. He walks out, hey, assertive, I'm in charge. I take over the room. Who's got the frame? Who's all focused? All the attention's focused on him. Women love this kind of guy. He's the center of attention.
Now, is that a good...
But he's done that through his mastery of law, and the BS we're starting to see out of the Andrew Tate stuff, and all the fake rented cars and the Wes Watsons and, the Jim Bro, and not to say that being in shape doesn't, but you don't have to be driving around Lamborghinis, you don't have to be driving around in Ferraris and, going and trying to kick everyone's ass. And no, you need to be competent and have skills in what you do, and that, where people will respect you.
Defense.
There's no misdemeanor.
I'm sorry, not misdemeanor, manslaughter. I'm sorry.
It gives the jury another option, and it's certainly a positive development from our point of view. Yeah.
Are you concerned though that if you were maybe going to go not guilty, they may now choose manslaughter?
Got to cover the record.
What are the ways that a jury could convict her if they do? What are the different ways they could do that?
So tomorrow you'll hear the judge go through the instructions for first degree, second degree manslaughter, and of course acquittal. And those are the ways that they can convict her.
I'm confused about what Lindsay...
I'm sorry?
Voluntary or involuntary manslaughter?
It would be manslaughter. In Massachusetts, it doesn't really make a difference. They're both the same, pretty much.
The best thing for women's health ever.
Thank you.
Ever.
Appreciate it.
All right, hold on 1 second. Let's look at that. Let's go back, watch that.
And those are the ways that they can convict her.
I'm confused about what Lindsay.
I'm sorry?
Voluntary or involuntary manslaughter?
It would be manslaughter. In Massachusetts, it doesn't really make a difference. They're both the same, pretty much. It's
The best thing for women's health ever.
Thank you.
Ever.
Appreciate it.
I'm confused.
All right, here, real quick. Now, not surface level. What I want to do is we're talking about if you are the man. We're not talking about this Lindsay Clancy. We're talking about the model we're looking at. The guy in charge, the guy people are looking at. That lady right there saw that she respects him. Now she likes it. She said the best thing of women's health right now. Blah blah blah. So the point of that is when they respect you, when they find you attractive, she's attracted to him. Don't fool yourself. She's not. And that lady came and busted through everybody and wanted to touch him. They want to touch you when they respect you and find you attractive. I know a lot of surface people won't know but you have to know the concepts of being attractive and what women are attracted to and what it looks like when they are. That lady broke through the cameras and had to come touch him. And guarantee if he said, "Hey, let me give you my number later. I'll bang you," she would have probably.
Wanting to write to what you hope to convey in the closing, you didn't really have an answer. If you
No, I don't. I hope to convey that I truly, care and love. I love her. She's just such a marvelous, sweet.
Women would love that too, and he has a soft side to him. He's not all up in his soft side. For a little bit, he's going to be in his soft side. He's going to get right back out of it. Women love that. This is why the model of Kevin Reddington is why women are becoming attracted to him.
Innocent person. She's just amazing and so strong and just trying so hard to get up from. She's just been beat down for 3.5 years, and she feels that she's had a fair trial with the judge, and the jury's been very attentive, and all we can do is hope for the best.
I'm confused about the discrepancy.
Women that support her, do you want to say she said anything about women raising postpartum psychosis?
She's
or
very
anything?
concerned, especially as a labor and delivery nurse. She's very concerned about women's rights, the fact that women are pretty much marginalized. I think it's readily apparent the DSM is a joke. I couldn't get into the social implications in the trial, understandably, but if the United States would take a lesson from Europe, Belgium, England, France, Peru, a lot of these countries, they take care of their women that have psychosis, keep them with their babies. They don't rip the babies away from them and put the women in jail, where we do.
Did Lindsay speak when she?
Real quick, and what he just said there is, and I'm not getting it, I'm not defending her at all. This is not a defense of Lindsay Clancy. But what I have seen, I've watched the trial, what I have seen is these doctors, and I've dealt with people, I've dealt with these psychologists, psychiatrists, they are absolutely, they're supposed to be helping people's mental health. And regardless, I'm not even talking about Lindsay Clancy, so get off that shit right now. This ain't about her. It's about seeing what, you gotta get past the surface level. What's up with these doctors that have come up? If this was anybody else, if she didn't do this to the kids, they failed her. They whatever. Now she did what she did. Hey, that's up to her and her God. I don't care. I'm not making any decision on that. Well, what I'm saying is these doctors have no feelings. They're arrogant. There's no empathy. I mean, they are. It's absolutely, horrendous. The arrogance I've seen in these doctors. I mean, it's unbelievable, and the way they treat people. And I'm just the one saying the ones I've seen in this case. I mean, they're no empathy, no feelings, no human, no human side to them. I mean, I can't believe these people, that call themselves mental health experts. They're fucking losers, literally losers. Just we have the science of psychology and psychiatry. I'm a psychology major. It's broken, and it needs to be fully revamped and get all these fucking arrogant losers that think they know shit. They're crazy themselves. It attracts crazy people into it.
Side on the ground because it was confusing that the psychiatrist said that Patrick said she did.
I wouldn't believe him if he said in the middle of a blizzard that it was snowing out, okay? So I don't care what the psychiatrist said. You heard that, well, no, you didn't, unfortunately. If you were in the courtroom, you would have heard the tape. She was unable to speak. She just moaned and made grunting noises, that's all.
So why did Patrick say that?
How do I?
And real quick, keep in mind, it's kind of going off on another tape, but these psychiatrists, that's a money, dude, it brings up another side. They're making money. All these guys are making money. It's a money factory. You know, it's sick. Forensic psychologists, psychiatrists, they're sick people, dude. They're there for the money.
All right, at the charging conference, you were talking about the investigation, the police. Do you think that's something that you're going to bring up in the closings?
You know, it's a difficult. If you remember back to when I filed the motion for the bifurcation, I was arguing to the judge. It's difficult because a defendant on a lack of criminal responsibility defense has to basically admit that he or she is guilty before you're able to do that. So you're not able to attack the issue of whether or not the government can prove that the person did the case, but that still is in play. They still have to prove that she was guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and then if in fact she's guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, then you get into the issue of lack of criminal responsibility. So that's the dilemma that we have, and that's why I filed the motion to bifurcate. So the issue is, yeah, it's still open, and it's up to a jury to decide either way.
And do you think it's going to be tricky for them to understand the criminal responsibility of it all? I mean, we've talked about it throughout this, 5 weeks, but it is confusing for lay people.
It's very confusing. I think this jury, they paid incredible attention to the trial, to the witnesses, to the judge's instructions. I'm sure they will as well. That's how the system works.
Did you know that Kevin, can you talk about manslaughter, the elements of manslaughter, just a bit, because I know we know what first degree is, and we know.
Well, I'll tell you that it's interesting. The whole concept of manslaughter, a little recollection that I have is the Wolanski case, Commonwealth versus Wolanski. Way back when you had the Coconut Grove fire in Boston, and I think Boston College was playing Holy Cross, and it was a huge crowd of people that were going to the hotel, and then of course the bar, an underground restaurant and a bar. And the owner of the place said, lock the doors, don't let anybody in without a cover charge, leave one door open. Place caught on fire, all the people were stacked up like cordwood while he was sleeping in his bed in Worcester. And the Supreme Judicial Court said that a person that acts in a willful, wanton fashion and people die are responsible. And that's how we started the common law concept of manslaughter.
Mr. Ren, Kevin, did you know that this case was going to be as big and as impactful as it's become?
Kevin, is each death going to be decided separately?
Of course,
And-
each life mattered.
So do you anticipate that they'll come to a different or the same conclusion with each death?
No idea. It's up to a jury. It's now, will be, out of our hands. When I say our, I mean the DAs, I mean me and the judge. It's up to a jury.
I just want to ask you about the topic of maternal mental health. Obviously, so many women feel impacted by this and by some of the testimony that we've heard. Did you know it was going to become so connected to people?
No, I don't think anybody expected that it would strike such a chord. I'm glad it did because it's something that had to be done, and I'm very, very happy that in some way I was able to kind of, as a guy, not knowing much about any of this before I started the trial, but I'm appalled. I'm disgusted with these doctors in this healthcare.
He's
it's
right.
Repulsive what happened here.
And it doesn't have to be about the kid. You know, it's not about, again, people are gonna, what things that happened were brutal. It is, and it's horrific. And again, that's surface level. But what it has exposed is doctors that are absolutely uncaring, unempathetic, don't give a damn, shoving out drugs to people. It's unbelievable. But yeah, it has in men and women's mental health, not just women, men and women's.
I never feel confident. I always just say, look, I try my case and I turn it over to a jury.
So what do you think is the argument that's going to resonate most from
Don't know.
your point of view?
I don't know. Okay, guys.
Thank you so much.
All right, see you later. See you tomorrow.
All right, got it. Got him.
Okay, so real quick, again, this is an exaggerated case, blah, blah, blah. See, look at these ladies looking, right? The point being is that, there's a deal in Rollo Tomasi's book, The Rational Male, and I just recommend you get that. But it's double down on your strengths and avoid your weaknesses, right? And that's just if you don't like to dance, don't dance. But if you're good at karate, I'm just saying, we're just exaggeration. Or if you're good at engineering, or if you're good at math, or you're good at reading, or you're good at sports, or whatever it is, you're good at bicycle riding, double down on that. Because being the best at things, being the top dog at things, you get attention, you get focus on yourself, and respect. And this right here, this is an exaggerated case, but this is respect. Look at all these people following him. And again, well, there's not going to be cameras and microphones. No, but there'll be people at your job that say, hey, good job, bro, good job, Brad, good job, Bill, whatever. And women will see that while they're with you, and they'll respect that. Any woman watching this, that this is an exaggerated version. That's why I'm making it a point, because exaggerated cases help us see this is a man that women like, And when they meet you on a dating app, that's why dating apps don't work, because they can't see this about you. They can't see that you are the man. And this is another thing is. That too often we deal with low interest women or moderate interest women, and let's just say that people are following you around like this. Is when you're the man like this is the man you need to be. And again, exaggerated, he's just cool, smooth, got shit together. Because why? Because he's good in his field. And my point is, all this Andrew, it's a good time to talk about it because of Andrew Tate and, the rented cars and, there's been too much, in the manosphere and red pill, chase the bag, get the money, get the girl, get the money, get the girl. Dude, there's a lot of people that have a lot more money than Kevin Reddington, but there's probably not a lot of women. And it's not about his looks either. It's about his behavior. It's about his attitude, Now, again, he's not a fat slob either, so that helps. There is looks that are involved. But again, you can be an average-looking dude, but yet improve yourself in your skills, in your confidence, in the way you walk, in the way you move every day.
You said things like that. What do you want the car? Fine. All right. Fine. Let's go. I'm not impressed.
Now look, you got this. I'm just saying. Again, it's not about the exact thing going on. It's the model that we're looking at. Now, this black lady has chased him down. And this is my point. Again, it's not about what we're seeing on the screen. It's about a paradigm that I want you to try to get in your head is she has chased him down. This is what you want women to do. They will chase you if they respect you, if they find you attractive, if people are paying attention to you when you walk around. Again, but women who find you attractive act like this. Look at that. Look at the smile. Again, this is not about this moment. What I'm trying to show is when a woman likes you, look at the smile, listen to the voice, watch her flirtatious attitude. If this ain't happening on a first date, she wants to impress him right now because he's the man of the hour. And that's who you need to try to be every day. Try to be a man that excels in whatever you do good. Double down on that.
Got the pearls and everything.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I wanted
Smiling.
To make sure you have some support here
Thank you.
and another Aquarius to Aquarius.
Touching. What do I know? Touching. Women will always touch. And another Aquarius. Okay, that's. But you can still play with that. I'm an Aquarius too. Yeah. Touching though. Touching. Women love to touch when they like you.
Do you have a sense about when, like, the actual...
So have a safe trip back. Are you going to be here tomorrow?
I go to Harvard for my doctorate program.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, for public health. So,
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
you need an intern.
Look at that. See, look at that.
Okay. What you say?
Look at that. See? Look at this is about the look at him. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go back. Watch the assertiveness. That I tried to add. See, this lady likes him, right? And who knows what he's doing? He might be flirting. I don't know. And if he is, good for him, man. Bang that girl. But look at him. Watch him hold this frame. This is about frame. Watch him.
What do you want the car? Fine. All right. Fine. Let's go.
This is how you need to be when you're out and about, not with the microphones. Okay, talking. Here this girl gets up to him.
I just came from Ohio and to say, yes.
Okay, she wanted to shake his hand. He turns it into a hug. All right, owning the frame.
Got the pearls and everything.
Yes. I wanted to make sure you have some support here and another Aquarius to Aquarius.
Now look, the biker, they're trying to ask him questions. They're trying to get in his way, but he's going to make it about her. He wants to talk to her real quick.
Hey, do you have a sense about when, like, the actual...
So have a safe
So he makes it. Watch. Look at him.
back.
This is a man owning the space. The guy just asked him a question. He disregards the question, starts talking to her again, owning the frame.
I go to Harvard for my doctorate program.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. For public
Now
health.
look at the coolness of it. Oh, really? Okay, cool. Look at it. He's not like, oh, really? Hey, just cool, man. Oh, okay, all right.
He need an intern.
Let's go take a picture.
Look at him directing. She is so, I guarantee she's so attracted to him right now, 75-year-old.
Okay, what you say?
Sure, of course.
And he owned it. This guy will take our picture. He didn't even know. Look at him own that, dude. But this is how you can be when you out and about.
I had a lot of videos go viral for you. I call you the smooth.
Look at her touching him. Hold on real quick. I'll
Kevin, you have.
go back real quick. He liked her. He want to bang her.
I go to Harvard.
Watch her touch him.
Oh, really?
When they like you, they touch you. This is just to show you.
Yeah.
He need an
This is just to show you how. If you need an intern, I'll suck your D. Dude, look at her.
Let's go take a picture.
Okay. What you say?
Look at her.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
She's all up on him.
I had a lot of videos.
I mean, you go on a date with a girl, you're like, don't touch it. We deal with women that don't like us too many times. You need a woman acting like this. And again, this is just a model. Look at, there you go, boom, touch. Why she need to touch him? She didn't. My point is, and I love this about women, is she wanted to touch it. They will touch you when they like you. Once again, she can hit him again. But once again, on the arm. Look at that. Natural. Love it.
Sure.
Beautiful woman, too. She's a beautiful girl.
Is the judge giving you any sense about like the logistics? Are they going to get like when there's a note coming out, or are they just going
The way it
to?
works is with the jury. I mean, I've had cases where they're out.
Look
for
how
a week
smooth
and
he
they have
is.
10 notes. I've had cases where they're out for an hour and they have 10 notes. You never know. It's up to
Because he's good at what he does.
Yep.
And you know if they'll deliberate through lunch? Like, will they bring in lunch? Do you know?
Again, that's up to the judge. Usually they do. They get them lunch. They usually tell them to suspend, take a break for an hour or so. But it's up to the judge. Well, it's really up to the jury. Once they start, it's up to them.
Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it.
All right, no problem.
Any woman seeing this, again, this is not about this moment. It is about doing something you love with passion, doubling down on your strengths, be good at what you do. Let's fuck all this chase the bag, looks. Yes, looks do matter. Be in shape. You don't have to be Batman. Double down and be competent, be skillful. Find a subject that you like, that you can be like this guy, confident, smooth in your actions.
Yeah, that's just. I just have like extra pens and pads of paper and stuff like that.
As he became, the lawyer he was, it wasn't about gals, this and that, but they will come to men who are driven daily, who do, not to chase money, but to chase, their passion, their success in skills that they have.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry to be late here.
Hey, how are you? What are you doing?
All right, that's enough right there, but damn, that was a quick gem.
Hey guys,
Again,
thanks so much for checking out.
Sorry, but I just use it as a way to show, how to be, like we just talked about in the other video. Keep your foot on the gas. Be the best person you can be, and women will come to that, because they like successful men. It's not about how much money you have. It's about, it's about how you feel about yourself inside. Kevin Reddington was very confident, that smoothness. That's what I wanted to show. And you saw how that beautiful black woman looked when she saw him. She knows he's got something about him, Anyway, and she had to touch him, and the smile, and the voice. Get off the apps. They don't see you like that on the apps. And it's a travesty that we even used them. That so many men were humiliated. So many men were, took some bullshit, myself included, on those things because they're not natural, and they put men in a very low leverage position. Anyway, I just want to show that. We'll see you on the next one.